Who's your favourite Final Fantasy character ever?
Yuna.
Yuna. Well, that's good, isn't it? That's great. It's a good thing. Okay, so use the keyboard for this, not the mouse. Welcome everyone to Let's Play with Lily and Pearl. I'm Pearl.
I'm Lily.
And this is Final Fantasy X, the HD remaster. Lily's favourite game of all time.
Yep.
My favourite Final Fantasy title is actually 15, but this is a decent, solid runner-up for me.
15 is fantastic. 10 has a special place in my heart because I've got a lot of emotional connection to it as well.
Yeah, so there will be tears.
Yeah, and if anyone says anything mean about it, I'll fight you.
Okay.
I'll fight you.
Okay, it's a great game. We'll leave it at that. So we have both played it before. We're not coming into this blind. Oh, I've never heard this bit of the music before because I've never lingered so long on this screen. We have a choice to make here. Okay, so standard sphere grid is the more basic sphere grid, but in the long term, if you want to do a full-fledged build with as many of the sphere little icons,
nodes.
The nodes. The standard sphere grid has more nodes. Numerically, it's just better. But I think the expert sphere grid's more fun because you can early on start building your builds how you really want. They're much more flexible. And
well, I don't expect we'll be doing 100% completion. I'm not planning on tackling penance on this.
Or Nemesis.
Maybe
do Nemesis. But so we're gonna start with the expert sphere grid because I prefer the freedom it offers, even though the standard sphere grid will be better by end game. So let's get started. You have selected the expert. Is it? Yes. Selected a soundtrack tab. Arranged because we want to hear the beautiful orchestral version.
Yes.
And not the.
My dad still gets that in his head sometimes.
Play the arranged soundtrack. Yes. There we go. So I played this for the first time a couple of years ago, but you grew up playing it.
Mm-hmm.
You have played it so many times, but you overwrote your friend's save file once.
Oh my god!
So you had to play it from the beginning to rebuild her save file.
Correction: I overrode my friend's save file 3 times.
3 times. The third time, did you just give up?
No. I still played it from the beginning again and got her to exactly the point she had been at, and then never told her I'd accidentally deleted it.
Did she figure out? Okay. Out of Final Fantasy X, who's your favourite character of this little cluster here? I mean, it's gonna be Yuna.
Said Yuna.
Yuna's your favourite. Okay.
I do also really like Lulu. For a long time when I was younger, I really wanted a Lulu dress until I realised that it's not the most practical of dresses.
It's made of belts.
Made of belts. Entirely made of belts.
Yeah. This is actually a really heavy cutscene, and we're just. But I guess at this point you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you don't know the context for it here yet.
So I guess it's kind of like, who are all these people and why are they all so sad?
I love all the characters. Like, I don't think there's a main cast member
who should we be best friends with?
Ooh.
I was best friends with Kamari on my playthrough.
Yeah, I've been best friends with Lulu and Riku. I don't think I've done Auron.
Maybe we should be best friends with Auron. Yeah. I just, looking at the Final Fantasy X protagonist and comparing that now to the Final Fantasy 15 protagonist, like the growth in the visuals is just insane. Because I mean, this is mind blowing as a remaster, and then you look at what they can do now with like Noct and all that in 15, and it's insane.
It is.
But I still feel a lot of emotional presence with Tidus because of having played the game before.
And also, I mean, the remaster for this was done a few years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it was before they had. It was for the PS3 rather than the PS4. Yeah. And the original, the rendered cutscenes are still the same. They didn't need to update those because they're so good.
Just Square Enix always kick ass in the rendered cutscenes. But yeah, they had to rebuild all the models from the ground up for the remaster. So, but that said, even though they rebuilt them from the ground up, I still don't think they actually pushed the capabilities of what they could do because they still want it to look like the old game.
I think they didn't want to go completely like Final Fantasy VII. Remake kind of
stuff.
Well,
that's a remake rather than a remaster.
Well, yeah, true.
So that's.
But I mean, like that's what I mean. I think they wanted it to still retain the feel.
Yeah. Which they did incredibly. It's got so much spirit. Just look at these characters. Marvelous. I love Zanarkand, the old Zanarkand. It's so cool. It reminds me of Insomnia. I'm going to make loads of references to Final Fantasy 15 because 15's my favourite. Oh man, I was going to make a joke about 13 being my favourite, but Thrown that away now, haven't I?
13 is better than people give it credit for, in my opinion.
It's no one's favourite though.
Oh no, I don't think anyone will go that far.
No.
Also, my absolute favourite thing about Tidus's character design is that the entire game he spends complaining about his daddy issues and like, oh, I hate my dad, but he is wearing 4 separate pieces of clothing with his dad's logo on. Like,
this is where I have to figure out. Okay, so it's the arrow keys. That's okay.
Yeah, used to playing this on a console, not a keyboard.
Yeah. And it's okay. So is it the enter key to speak to people? Yep.
Can you sign this? No problem.
Was 10 ever released on PC? Oh, what are we gonna call him?
I think maybe keeping it as the default.
Okay.
Unless you want to give him a different name.
Well, I called mine Caden.
I know. I just called mine Lilly.
That's your name. Okay, fine. He's just Tidus.
We can name the summons. We can give them all really cool.
Alrighty. Me too. Take it easy.
I know it's such a silly thing to be noticing, but just like the detail on the blitz balls with the weird little bumps.
Yeah.
It took me a long time playing the original game to notice those weird little bumps.
A lot of love when it's those blitz balls. Oh, I can talk to these people.
Yeah, you can talk to quite a few people.
Of course.
So this is our no, he's not the titular hero because the title isn't Tidus. But he is the protagonist. And he is wearing boaters. No, he's not wearing boaters. That's Waka who wears the... Is it Waka?
Yeah, Waka wears boaters. He is wearing a pair of zip-off cargo shorts, and he has only zipped off one half.
So in terms of fashion, it's standard fare.
Got it.
Right, okay, let's head out. Let's move the mouse.
Go. Cheer for me.
2, 3.
I'm pretty sure this is almost entirely a keyboard affair, which is...
Hey, I got a game to play.
Well, it would. Yeah.
Then teach us after.
Well, they might have done a thing where you click and they follow the pointer
True.
and stuff like that.
You can't tonight.
I've never played a Final Fantasy game on a computer in my life, so this is interesting.
Promise.
Yeah, for those keeping score, he has the Jet logo on his shorts, on his necklace, on his earring, and on the back of his suit. Not suit, like the harness bit.
And he also has a tattoo of the Jack symbol on the tip of his penis. they don't talk about that a bit much, but it's a special cutscene you can get.
If you max out the friendship values, you go to the Honeybee Inn.
Yes, yes! So, daddy issues is a real theme in Final Fantasy in general.
Yeah.
Well, I say that. In Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy 15. So, 2 of them.
Now, one of the ladies with the yellow
Yeah, she has some potions.
has some potions.
She's
yeah.
further down, I remember, because we always ask.
Is it that one?
I think that...
Try talking to her twice. No, okay, not her.
Is this Auron speaking?
I think it's Oren's actor. I think it is the voice actor, but it's not meant to be Oren. I think that's the lady there. She's walking. The one who's walking.
The one. Oh yeah, by the way, when we have to play Blitzball, you're doing it.
That's fine. I know that everyone thinks that Blitzball is stupid and that they don't like it as a minigame, but I am obsessed with Blitzball. I play this game for Blitzball.
And how many times have you got Waka's ultimate weapon?
4.
Oh, I thought it was going to be no. I thought we never got it.
No, I've got it lots of times. The one that I never got was Tidus's final one.
She's just asking me for some tickets.
Yeah, talk to her again.
Oh.
There you go.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I have played this game so much that I know a lot of the secrets in it.
You've never got Tidus's one though.
No, I know. I've never got Tidus's thing because of the Chocobo race.
Yeah.
The Chocobo race is hell,
Yeah.
and I have devoted hours of my life to that. Trying, and
Yeah.
I've got everyone else's though. I've got Kamari's, which is another difficult one with the butterfly catching,
And Lulu's.
and Lulu's, which has the lightning dodging.
Coming through. Sorry.
You have to fight your way through the crowd.
Oh shit.
Hey, I'm gonna be late. Hey, let go.
Oh my god. I was just going to sit there and wait.
He'd have been there for a long time.
That's why I play games with you, because you're there to say, move.
Oh, this cutscene coming up. This blew my mind when I was 11.
And this is not redone, it's the same.
Yeah, this is exactly how it appeared in the original.
Those water droplets. Those eyelashes. This song is freaking incredible.
It tells the story of the game if you know what it's about.
Yeah. God. As with every single Final Fantasy game, a big crowd of people in a cutscene like this usually means that a lot of people are about to die.
Yep.
Blitzball makes no sense to me.
It makes even less sense as a sport than Quidditch.
Yeah.
It's completely nonsensical. The only way I can think of it working, I mean, they do say in canon that they are holding their breath for literally 5 minutes.
Which is possible, but probably not when you're doing strenuous movements.
But my
he's got his
sake bottle.
Sake bottle, yeah.
My theory that I just like to tell myself so that it doesn't make my brain hurt is that the Blitz arena is 2 layers of liquid that don't intermix. I can't remember what that's called, like oil and water, how they sit on top of each other. And the top layer is a breathable liquid because there is actually, you can make oxygen, like oxygen-rich liquids that can be breathed.
Ah, okay.
They used it in one of those weird sci-fi movies, and they actually made the actors breathe it.
Yeah.
The Blitzball itself is filled with a mixture of the 2 liquids so that it always stays perfectly in the middle.
When dropped.
Yeah. Because when you're like throwing it and when it gets bounced off and stuff, it never like flies up into the top or anything. Like a ball filled with air, obviously that would just be impossible to play with. And it being filled with a dense liquid also kind of makes a bit more sense for it being able to be used as a weapon.
True.
I love the completely impractical costumes as well. And the potential explanation that the reason that Tidus' outfit is so stupid is because it's his uniform.
And he's wearing his Blitzball uniform the whole game.
Yep.
Okay, well, Sin's here to screw things up.
He needs to take a stop at Fantasy Costco, obviously, to get himself some new clothes.
Who, Tidus or Sin?
Tin. Tidus! Tin.
No,
That's their ship name.
That's the ship name.
Oh god, no. There are so many reasons why no.
Oh, and Tidus only survives because he was doing his eject shot.
Yeah.
I love that Oren's like, yeah, Tidus is probably going to be okay. Like, he's not there to make sure. He is just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this kid's going to be fine. We really need him to be. Right. Okay, PTSD time's over, Tidus. Let's go.
God, the way those people are running is just amazing. They run like Scott Evil in the Austin Powers movies.
What are you talking about?
This actually was a game that I showed to my father when I was trying to explain to him the different genres of games that are now... Because he used to play games when he was younger, but he doesn't play them anymore. And I was trying to explain to him the difference between a JRPG and a Western RPG, a first-person shooter and a third-person shooter. And this was what I showed him to demonstrate a JRPG. Which is, I mean, using it to demonstrate an FPS wouldn't have been very fun. But, yeah, he liked it.
An improvement on the original. I remember in the original game, that lady in the purple dress, her feet were sinking through the floor.
Don't cry.
A sin for you.
He makes everything all wibbly.
Especially Tidus' feelings.
Oh god, please don't!
I hate you, my old man.
Oh god, yeah, he like literally never calls him dad, he just calls him my old man. I'm guessing that's probably to do with the lip syncing.
Could be.
Because the Japanese word for father has 3 syllables.
Ah.
Hey, not this way.
I know nothing about how the translation worked for this game, so I couldn't comment.
I mean, I don't either, I'm just guessing. One thing I do know is that the lady who voiced Yuna, she tried very hard to match up her...
That's a really nice mirroring, sorry to interrupt you,
No, it's okay.
of that ball of water and the Blitzball ball of water.
Yes.
Like the ball of water in the arena.
Yeah.
So you were saying the lady who played Yuna?
Oh yeah, Heidi. She tried very hard to match up her speaking to the lip movements, which is why in this game Yuna's voice sounds kind of stilted and a bit weird in the pacing of it.
Oh,
because she was trying to match up to the lip movements, whereas in the sequel, she didn't do that, and they lip synced some of it to her audio instead to make it a bit easier.
Yeah. She does sound a little bit spacey in this one. That makes sense.
Yeah.
If that's what she was trying to do with her lip syncing. So we're going to go into our first battle now. Shortly.
Oh, and here begins the normal Final Fantasy tradition of ridiculously impractical swords. Like, look at that little curve bit would just snap.
It gets snagged.
It would
on
snap
things.
right off. And there is no way that you could hold it in one hand like he does.
Well, okay, if we're going to call him out, we're calling Cloud out, we're calling Gladio out, we're calling Lightning out. You can't just call out Tidus.
Well, Gladio has the muscle to do it.
Does
And
Noct? Because Noct...
Noct definitely does not.
Okay. So we just
attack him.
attack, yeah. Okay. It's gonna take me a few little while to get used to but it is what's auto target. Attack. Zoom. I'm looking forward to playing this now with the knowledge, because it means that I'll be able to play more effectively than I did the first time, because I know what the enemies are and what their weaknesses are without having to waste time doing
Libra
and everything.
I think it's actually just called Scan in this game.
Is it? Oh.
It's Libra is the effect on the weapon, but I think the actual ability might just be called Scan. It's usually called Libra in all the other games, though. So.
Yeah.
Also, because you were saying about whenever there are large crowds of people in a Final Fantasy game, you always know that means death. I was just trying to think like which Final Fantasy game kills the most people, and it's got to be 13 too.
Why? What happens? Oh, there's a... Well, we don't actually spoil, because
No.
I haven't actually played 13 too. I've only played 13, and I haven't even finished 13. So... I'll just take your word for it that it's a big murder fest.
Yeah. I mean, I can't think of a single Final Fantasy game where there isn't some kind of cataclysmic event that gets a bunch of people killed, so...
It's kind of it's just how Final Fantasy works. It has to be, world changing. Like, that's the point. It's... Yeah.
Oh, doing this is going to be interesting.
Oh no.
I know the key combination by heart for the
PS4.
PS2 and the PS3, but what's it going to do?
Crap, I don't even know. What's it? Okay, down, sideways, up, sideways, S, D, X, C. Whew. Did I do it?
No, you were like 1 second out.
Oh.
But
But
we know now.
Yeah, we know now that it's going to be just... Oh.
I don't even know what the buttons are. Like, I couldn't tell you the buttons. I can just do the movement.
Yeah, it's muscle memory.
Muscle memory, completely muscle memory. And you don't need to worry about healing at all in this battle because it only does demi, which just does a quarter damage.
Well, I guess this is going to be a learning experience.
I imagine this is going to be hitting enter.
Oh, okay.
Oh, C. What the hell?
Oh, C? Sugar.
Why would it be C, though?
I wasn't looking, I just assumed it would be enter.
Yeah.
Well, now we know.
That just doesn't make any logical sense. Because it's X in the original.
Yeah. Well,
Enter seems to be working, to be fair.
did it say C at the top?
It did
I
say
didn't read
C
it,
at the
I just
top,
went
yeah.
straight to... I was looking at the... never mind. Like you say, you can't die in this battle, so it's really not a big deal.
And there's a save point right outside it, so you can replenish your hup.
My hoop. And my mup.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm using any mup.
No, I don't think you have anything that uses... Oh, no, Auron does.
Yeah.
Auron has power break.
It's a bit pointless at this point.
Mm-hmm. The little tentacles on its body indicates how much HP it has left.
The demi takes... Is it a half or a quarter?
It takes a quarter of your current hit points.
Yeah.
And it's the only move it knows.
It's a clever way of making the battle feel intense, because if you don't know what Demi's doing, it makes it feel a bit more intense. but without actually risking killing the player and sending them all the way back to the new game screen.
Yeah, that would be the worst.
Especially because this game doesn't have checkpoints, not even the remaster. It's purely based on saves, which we've learned. We've had a couple of losses of 3 or 4 hours of gameplay because we got cocky in the Omega Dungeon.
Marlboros are the devil.
Yeah, but it's like, well, the thing is, as soon as you've got someone in the front lineup with a ribbon, you're fine.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that doesn't. It's if if that person is in the back, and you haven't got time to swap them out. Traveler's Save Spirit. Save. New server data.
Oh, he's got his little face.
Right, and let's hit.
I don't know whether they maybe backspace. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know whether they have it in this game, that in the original, whenever you saved, it would show the 3 character pictures of whoever you had in your active party.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You laughing at, old man? Lauren, let's get
I love it. He's like he's trying to pick a fight with his father's billboard. Huh? He says, moving his mouth 3 or 4 times. I mean, it's very sweet of the voice actress to care that much about matching up the lip syncing, but I don't really care anymore. If I know it's a translation, I don't care if the lip syncing's bad. Because...
And obviously James Arnold Taylor didn't care.
Yeah.
The guy who's voicing Tidus.
Yeah. This is going to be you can attack things that are behind you, but I don't want to attack that. Do I want to attack the...
You can't attack it until you get a cutscene prompt.
Okay.
So you just want to attack random sin scales. If any of them like flash, you want to kill that one next.
Yeah.
But
I was saying, no, I didn't. Okay, I said, no, I didn't save. Or, but I didn't heal, but I saved, so I am healed.
yep.
Did it? Schmackle.
I wonder if the directional controls for selecting enemies will be as nonsensical in the PC port as it is in the PlayStation version.
Yeah, I don't ever trust myself to do it based on muscle memory for that. I watch it really carefully.
Yeah.
Because I have attacked myself before, being like, yeah, I'm sure it's just trigger, and then it's like, no. Yeah, okay, so that is on the right thing.
Mm-hmm. There's a flickery one, so get Tidus to attack it.
Which one's the flickering? Oh, that one.
That one, yeah.
What's the attack they do if you let them?
Spines. It does a lot of damage.
Woohoo.
So I would get Orin to attack the tank.
Yeah. Orin's got the big muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be fun to do Yuna on a strength build? And have her learn, like, power break. You know, all the breaks basically, and then have, like, I don't know, Orin be the healer.
It would be hilarious, but they do have base stats.
I know.
So
I know. It's a shame. It wouldn't really work because of the base stats.
Yeah. I mean, when you've got Yuna leveled up, she can, with her ultimate weapon, she can do about 4,000 damage per hit. Physical attacks.
But by that point, the others are doing in the tens of Ks.
Yeah, absolutely. And she
so...
will just be doing, like, 99999 if her
Which
magic
monster is
attacks.
Monster C? That's Monster G that's flickering, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
so you're fine, yeah.
I love doing character builds in this game, even though, like, you are quite limited. I mean, I guess Kimahri, Waka, and Tidus are where you can be more creative.
Mm-hmm.
And I always really enjoy just working my way through the spear grid and deciding who got what.
Yeah, the interesting thing as well is that even though obviously Luna, I've just mixed them up. Lulu is the black mage and Yuna is the white mage. Because of Yuna's ultimate weapon, she actually ends up more powerful as a black mage.
Oh yeah, she does, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does more damage. Because, she's awesome.
Well, Yuna's ultimate weapon's a really easy one, so we'll get that one pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, story-wise, it happens later on because you have to meet certain characters in the story, but...
Yeah, I think Yuna's is possibly the easiest one to get fully upgraded.
Yeah.
Orin's is a bit of a toughie because you have to fight one of the Dark Aeons. Tidus's is just an absolute nightmare hellscape.
Well, yeah, or the Dark Aeon you fight is Valorfort, though, and Valorfort's not too bad.
No.
As long as your team's pretty built up, it's not like you're fighting the Dark
Shiva.
Dark Mindy, Cindy, and
Mega's sisters.
Yeah.
Mandy, Mindy, Cindy, and Mandy. I think.
Mandy? Are we sure? No.
I think it is Mindy, Cindy, and Mandy.
It's not Mindy, Cindy, and Mandy. I will bet you a lot of money. Oh, rendered cutscene.
Yeah, they're about to get sucked into Cindy's butthole.
Tin.
No.
We say we're going to do half-hour episodes. We're nearly at the limit for the episode, and we haven't even got inside Sin's butthole yet.
Okay, Cindy, Mindy, and Sandy.
I told you. You owe me a drink.
All right.
This is like the scene from Evolution.
Oh
Just
God!
stick some Head and Shoulders up there. I hate the whole "this is your story" thing because it's actually Yuna's story.
It is, but she does make that point.
Yeah, and then at the very end, just before the big finale, he's like, "Actually, it's my story." Just does a running jump. No takesy backsies.
But it is 100% Yuna's story. Like, if it was Tidus' story, it would start earlier than this.
Yeah, it's true.
This starts at the point where Tidus enters Yuna's world.
Hey. Hey. My old man.
Literally flaming rocks with his initial on it. How extra! Like there's a big J.
In Dissidia, this is the arena where you fight Jacked.
Oh, you can't. I'm trying to turn the camera around, but I don't think I can turn.
It's
the
a complete
camera.
fixed camera game.
Oh, is it? Oh. Well, boo. Because there's a big flaming J, and it's like Darth Vader levels of extra. No.
Yeah,
Hey, Daddy-O. Have I mentioned we have issues?
A lot of things. Like where
The
I
dialogue
was,
near the beginning of the game is quite
what I got
clunky.
myself into.
Yeah.
I started to feel lightheaded, and then
Just towards the beginning of the game, let's be honest here.
I think I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone.
I'm all alone.
So I
No
There's
one here
beside me. The only lines anyone knows of that song from Shrek.
Yeah. Well, there's actually 2 more lines.
Well,
then.
yes, I know, but I mean, like, no one knows the rest of the song. I also like that the loading thing is a little chocobo.
Yes, it's really cute. Oh yeah, did I tell you that when I first got the game set up, it was all in Japanese? And I had to go, I obviously just went into the settings and changed it to English, but there was a moment of me having to navigate Japanese menus to get to that point, and it took me a while to realise. I was just like, oh, this is actually in Japanese.
The burb.
Bourbon.
That's a really pretty bird.
Burb watch. So these are the... Where is he now?
He is at the Baj Temple ruins, which is where you get anima.
Ooh, oh yeah, of course.
Mhm.
Anima. My favourite grotesque...
Anima's backstory, though.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that,
Yeah.
obviously.
Also, this is going to be tricky because this is one of the first times in a long while that I will have played this game without having the ability to nip off to the left and get the full Albed primers.
Yeah.
So we will be playing most of this game not having a full translation of the Albed speech. I do know what they're all saying in the beginning cutscene because I played it so much. But in later cutscenes I will struggle a little.
By that point, we should have enough to kind of infer what's
Yeah.
being said,
True.
hopefully. I know that the first primer isn't here, it's on the boat.
Yeah, the first primer's on the boat, yeah.
Is there anything out here to be found, or am I just wasting my time?
I don't think there's anything out here to be found. There is literally one
Well,
treasure
there's a
chest,
chest
which I was
there.
just, yeah. And that's the thing to get the Albed primers, so that won't
Oh,
work.
okay.
Because we don't have another save file.
Can you read that?
Master the Albed language. I don't know what the second word.
Times are wasting.
No, I don't know
No.
what the second language is, but the first sentence is master the Albed language.
Oh, I love this. This running into invisible wall shtick that we've got going on is my favourite. Yeah, I now have 4 potions. Do you think that'll be enough to beat the big blobby boss that you're not actually supposed to fight at the moment? The big watery dude.
Well, you can't beat him.
I know, but I was making it funny.
Oh, okay.
Are we sure that's the only chest?
Pretty sure. I mean, you can look around if you want.
I don't want to waste too much time looking around for stuff because it's not that important. Because like, if it's not a primer or a legendary weapon, then I don't particularly care. Or like something you need for a legendary item.
Yeah, there's nothing in this particular area.
Ooh.
That's a clue to one of the secret airship locations.
Ah. Well,
What do we have here? Nope. Can't read it.
secret airship locations are metal. Well, there's another chest. Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, the secret airship locations are intense.
Mm-hmm. Because some of them are a password. I think a couple of them you literally just have to enter in the coordinates.
Yeah, a couple of them just have
Like-
coordinates. That's how they flog you the guide.
Yeah.
Coordinates the secret. Or now you just use the
Google.
internet to get the coordinates. See, I was not really aware of 10 as a teenager. My friend had 10 too, which I know people will get really down on 10 too, but I love 10 too.
10-2 is a phenomenon.
It's so camp and fun. It's a nice change of pace for me from
Well, the thing that 10-2 does is something that's also very prevalent in World of Final Fantasy, in that it's a very cute, very adorable kind of... It's got a fun atmosphere, and then the storyline is just like, wham!
death, destruction, despair.
It's like, oh, you thought this was a cute, fun game? Ha 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 ha! Prepare to have your
I still
heart
haven't
ripped out.
finished. I haven't finished World of Final Fantasy because I'm stuck on the Brandolus boss and I can't be bothered to go back and level up. Because World of Final Fantasy is one of the few modern day games where level grinding is still something you need to do. Because most JRPGs have balanced themselves now, where
Yeah.
level grinding is no longer a requirement.
Didn't stop me in 15. I was still level 58 by chapter 3.
Well, you weren't level grinding though. You were just doing everything that was
Yeah.
available. You weren't going back and redoing stuff to level up. You just doing everything that was like you doing all the optional stuff, which is
Yeah.
like that's how it should be done. You shouldn't have to just. I have spent so many hours in this game just
Running around in circles.
circles, leveling up, just with a bit of music on, just screaming internally. So I think we're going to run a bit long in this episode because it's the first one, so it's got
Yeah.
all the opening cutscenes, which obviously take forever.
Yeah, I think the point where he's inside the temple, well, not, it's not the temple, but when the point when he's inside, we should stop there.
Yeah, good plan. Oh yay, friends!
Sahagins!
The Hargans are actually some of my favourite recurring enemies because they're so goofy. They always have big ass teeth.
Big ass teeth, you say?
Okay, so that's it. Okay. I wanted to see too, it's because sometimes they're clustered together.
Yeah, no,
But
they
these
are
guys-
sometimes, but these are separate.
Yeah. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Yeah. Look at that chin.
Look at that earring. He has his father's initial on his earring.
He does, yeah. That was one of the 4.
I don't always listen to you. I'm sorry.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, so it's this is the guy, and you can't beat him.
Gios Gianu.
Oh dang, that's blood in a Final Fantasy game. Gasp.
I know, it's pretty extreme.
I love the monster design in this game.
Yeah, it's just really interesting.
Do I run away or do I just try and then?
You have to try, and then it's guaranteed fail,
Okay.
because this thing has 400,000 hit points.
And I'm doing 29 damage.
Again, it's just halving your hit points with each attack, so don't worry about healing.
I feel like his cage body should have like other creatures inside it.
Well, he sucks you inside it in the battle when you fight him with Waka, Tidus, and Riku. He'll suck
It's his
one of
play cage.
Why? He'll suck one of them inside it, and then you can only use 2 characters until he spits them out again. I love this bit where it's like he very clearly gets swallowed. Like, come on,
Yeah.
come on, guys. But then the thing, I think it hits the wall,
Yeah.
and he gets forced out again.
So, the count of Vore in this game is now up to a solid 1.
Well, I don't know, do we count being absorbed into Sin's butthole?
Okay, we're on to 2. We're on to 2 Vore. I can't believe that's become a mimetic thing.
Mm-hmm.
And into the freezer.
It's because it's cold.
Yeah, but
I thought I was gonna die in this place.
you don't mix your metaphors. Right.
Should we stop there? Or do you want to get to the save point?
Let's get to this. Yeah, let's save. Is that up here?
Yeah.
Right.
God, that footstep noise. Yeah, this is part of the Barge Temple.
Huh.
Damn, he's strong.
Just casually pushing aside boulders. I think he's cold.
Well, I mean, he does have his nips out.
And his legs.
He
Shouldn't have unzipped those cargo shorts. Right, okay, let's go. Yes, let's save.
Mhm.
And we'll call it an episode for this episode. So it's nice to come back.
Yes.
This is going to be fun, I think. It's going to be really interesting figuring out the keyboard controls. But let's see.
I am very interested to see how Blitzball is going to work with.
Thanks very much for joining us for the first episode of our Final Fantasy X HD Remaster series. We'll be uploading episodes regularly of us playing our way through the game, giving our opinions, making terrible jokes.
Yeah, don't expect like premium quality
content.
content here.
It's just us having fun with a favourite game.
Two massive nerds.
Massive nerds.